Hello and welcome to another episode of a Wicked Parley. Tonight's episode is episode 50! Yes!
Episode 50, people!
Yeah,
we made it to the 50 mark. Now to get to the 100 mark.
Yeah, we're only 50 more episodes away from 100, which is going to be a fun little thing. So tonight is going to be kind of like an interesting thing. We're going to actually answer questions that you, our audience, has asked us. And what will happen is the lovely Rose will be reading your guys' particular questions, and then we will each take turns answering said questions. So hopefully you guys are going to be around to check it out. And if you guys don't happen to be part of the live stream, just know that it's going to be recorded and you can watch it at your leisure. And if we say something that's particularly interesting or fun, throw ahead and a comment in the comment section and say, hey, you like this or you hate this. We'll read it, we'll look at it, respond to it if it makes sense. And hello, host. Welcome to the episode. In addition to answering some questions and everything else like that, we're also going to be playing a little bit of Genshin Impact, a little bit of a casual kind of chill game. So that way you guys have more than just my beautiful mug to look at.
Very handsome mug.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Oh.
All right, and then also, when it comes to episodes to be looking forward to, we're going to be working on some holiday special episodes. So hopefully you guys look forward to seeing some of those because they're going to be quite interesting. I guarantee they'll be interesting, but they will be shorter than usual. So don't freak out because we're not going to be going to a smaller format necessarily. But something to check us out. All right, without further ado, let's start up the episode.
All right, go ahead, and I will join you in just a second.
Okay, all right then. Yes, I'm playing with a little girl with a piece of paper, on her hat. Oh, covering her face.
Wait, do I have this account on right now?
I don't know.
Okay.
Do I need to
give me 1 second.
Okay.
Hello, boy. Why is this doing this to me?
I don't know.
I will join you in just a moment. Oops.
Uh-oh, it's doubling.
What's doubling?
Oh, nothing.
Alright, so first question is, how are you?
Honestly, I can say I could be doing better. My life is a bit chaotic at the moment. A bit hectic.
A bit chaotic?
Yes. A bit hectic. Very, very busy.
I have sent you a friend request. Accept it.
I have to accept a friend request? Are you hearing what I'm being told to do? Jesus. Oh my Lord. I guess I will accept. I mean, I don't have another choice.
No, you don't.
Okay. Wow. All right.
But yeah.
No.
But how have you been in general?
Exhausted, tired, not at all great. I mean, I think the only reason why I go to sleep is because of you. So, I think that's the sole reason. I'll be honest, the running has been an utter nightmare. I will say that. Even doing 30-60s it's just awful. It is just awful.
That bad, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's a yikes.
I mean, my legs hurt so bad. It didn't hurt until about 4 days ago, and honestly, I think it has to do with stretching. Stretching matters so much.
Alright. Well, I'm sorry that you're in so much pain.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just tired working on school stuff. However, I've been going back into a little hobby. Little crochet work here and there when I've got the time, and making plans with friends and friends and classmates and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, pretty good in general.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So
wish I had more free time, but that's like everybody, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much the gist behind most people. They want free time. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is gonna be really fun. You're gonna be my bodyguard.
Yes, I am bodyguard.
While we're on this adventure.
All right, ready for the next one? Oh dear.
Sure. What's the next one?
You just tell me where to go, and I will murder things for you.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just going.
The next question.
Uh-huh.
Why do we have balloons? My friend, I think the person who sent this in, I've actually know them for a bit. They were very adamant about why we have balloons.
Really? Okay.
They don't really like them.
Interesting. I'm gonna go with. I have no idea why we have balloons. I think balloons are are an excuse to just waste oil.
Why wasting oil?
Well, because the rubber that's made inside of that's made from balloons basically is an oil, so it comes from oil. Just like your toothbrush and the tires, and like a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, quite surprisingly, has a lot of oil in it.
It's become such a staple for celebratory parties that it's just annoying.
Yeah.
Like they pointed out, what happens after you're done with a balloon? You let it deflate, put it in the trash, and it just affects the environment in a bad way.
See, I don't do that actually.
Oh yeah?
I set it free.
You set it free. I mean, it's gonna deflate eventually or get popped by something.
Yeah, well, in my mind, it doesn't. In my mind, it just floats away forever. And so there's like this giant, enormous city of balloons somewhere in the sky.
For me, it's just been a staple of celebratory parties. I don't like them myself because just it smells.
Ew, rubber.
A lot.
Rubber. Wow. Guy coward.
Coward. One ran.
Yeah.
I am on fire.
I'm smoldering right now.
You're smoldering.
Yeah, look at my character. It's smolder.
Oh yeah, you are. Host says to let chaos reign.
Yeah, exactly.
I see that there's an Aminoculus somewhere up here.
Is there?
Around here.
I mean, I guess we'll go ahead and make this account have actual stamina.
Yeah, you can't climb for crap right now.
I mean, I could try.
You got an archer to shoot those? No, wait.
Do I have an archer?
It's over here. It's over here. It's over here.
I'm slowly flying to you.
Right there.
No. There we go. I have
Howl's
one.
Floating castle.
I have one now, totally. Do I have an archer? I mean, no. I don't have an archer on me right now.
Alright, it's fine.
Next location. I have her though. I mean,
you have a Chi-Chi.
I have a Chi-Chi. I actually really like this little pairing, Chi-Chi and Kazuha. That's actually a really good combo.
Alright. So, since we are playing a video game.
Okay.
For the next one, oh lord. So, do they actually get psychologists to help create video games in general? Is this a standard procedure, or is this something special?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, they definitely do that.
What do they get them for? Is it for, if you want to put it negatively, or are they trying to make the games addictive, or do they try to figure out what's potentially triggering for the advisory warnings? What types of things do they get psychologists to take care of and help with?
Oh, okay. To my knowledge, the psychologists typically are utilized to create control groups to get a better understanding of what appeals to people about that particular game. So that way, a lot of the companies will develop more games that are catered towards what people actually enjoy, rather than what is necessarily, what they think is a franchise or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense since people change and whatnot, so they might want to get somebody that actually understands why these changes are happening and how.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's probably a lot of reasons for different applications for psychologists. I definitely think the rating system they employ something to that effect. But I would have to probably imagine that the vast majority of those are probably not nearly as convoluted, we'll say.
Convoluted?
Yeah, because I think it's a lot more of a simpler kind of prospect than I think that might necessarily be obvious.
Okay.
And
anything else you can think of?
Oh yeah, I mean, I can think of a couple other things too. I could think of a psychologist that might be, doing sort of a crime-based kind of game, giving them kind of a realistic portrayal of what certain murderers or various villains might actually do in certain settings, especially if they're making a psychological thriller. I could easily see that being something that they would consult a psychologist for.
That reminds me of a quote I heard. For fiction, it needs to sound real, but for reality, it just needs to. It could be whatever.
Yeah.
It can be as crazy as it wants.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, there's probably, honestly, if I think about this, there probably is a ton of applications. Man, you just walk over and they just
There's a
explode.
chest. There's a chest.
I mean, hey, I'll take chest. It's never a bad thing. All right. Yeah, I think. Is there anything else I can think? I mean, I'm sure there's just tons of applications. I'm just totally blanking on right
It's
now.
just like.
Hey, you got an electro character?
Yes, I do. Do I have an electro character?
Oh, you're on Razor right now. That was a stupid question.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, do you have one of those? I wasn't sure. Oh, wait, you have two, basically.
I have two, but these are pillars.
So I have to be the ones who do it?
Yes.
Do it?
I think you have Elisa, I think. You might have Elisa.
Yes, let's just go ahead and take a look.
Ah.
I don't have many
The
characters.
host, do you have an idea of what you think psychologists might be doing for video games? Just an idea, like. You doing okay with character selection? There's the cheat sheet. Wait, I thought cheat sheet was correct. Ah,
Haha! Surprise!
you do have Elisa.
I have Elisa who makes.
There she is.
Hey, I'll take the freaking free pronoun. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, to be 1,000%,
Yeah.
I think that there's one other application that a psychologist might be employed for,
Mhm.
and that is that a psychologist might be used to actually find different things that could trigger individuals for fear responses, particularly in horror games. I do recall a study that was conducted years ago on the Resident Evil series that a psychologist was looking at to try and see if they could find certain specific things that created a fear response that weren't necessarily something that the average person would find frightening. But in a certain setting, like in a Resident Evil game, it would be frightening. Yeah.
Okay, so figuring out what's terrifying, what's not, or what's different in the scenarios.
Yeah, not just terrifying, but also things that like enact responses like disgust, or maybe have like a haunting kind of like feel to them.
Mm-hmm.
Might be some other potentials.
Ah, well, we get people's attention.
Yeah. I was looking over there in the chest. There it was. Anyways, but yeah. And also anybody else who's watching this in the future, in the comment section, give your opinion on that particular question. I'd like to know it.
Host has one.
Oh.
They're thinking player accessibility stuff, such as colorblind mode, for example.
Oh yeah, definitely. I actually have a friend who's colorblind who actually utilizes stuff like that all the time.
Ah, that would do it. Hold on. There's one more dipwad around here.
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, he is up there. Can I climb that?
I don't need to climb. I can fly. I have Kaza.
Nice. There you go.
Did I blow you up, by the way?
Yeah.
You're like,
Lighting
yeah.
undertones to, like in Baldis Basics. What's Baldis Basics?
I'm not sure. I don't know what that is.
I'd love an explanation.
Yeah, please
I
expand
like
upon
hearing
that.
new terms.
Yeah.
And it may confuse my brain a little bit, but I like hearing new terms.
Hey, we're here for a discussion, so like,
Yeah, exactly.
if you have something new to
This is
say,
nice.
yeah, let's hear it. Also, if
What's up?
while we're waiting for that particular thing, do you want to get into the next particular question?
Yeah.
All right.
So, sticking with video games for a little bit.
Okay.
So, China is currently restricting the amount of time that people can play video games.
That
A number
sucks.
of people think that they do this because they believe video games are addictive. So, what are your opinions on this?
I think China's just prudes.
Whoa.
Oh no, I'm not gonna be. People in China aren't gonna like me. No, I mean honestly, like I just think it's kind of silly. It's like why the fuck would you like control your population and tell them what they can and can't do? If you honestly are trying to do something that's for their own good, then wouldn't you at least give them like the ability to kind of choose, so that way they can actually decide what is good and what is bad, rather
Or
than
at least
being
some incentive.
yeah, rather than just being like, well, this is the way it is, guys. Guess what? What deal? It's like, okay.
You know what? Some people just do what they think is right, even if it's not.
I mean, I know lots of people like that. I know lots of people like that, but I don't think that they're necessarily good things. I mean, hell, I've done stuff like that where I thought, oh, I'm doing this for the good, for the right reasons. It's a good thing, and then turns out, oops, actually, it kind of wasn't. I was kind of being stupid. I didn't think things through. So, like, yeah, I mean, it can happen.
Right, we do have an answer from host.
Excellent.
Is dyscalculia a condition that makes it hard to do math and tasks that involve math? Think dyslexia, but for math.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I think I have that, guys.
Oh my.
What's 2 + 2 again? Fish?
Fish. Fish. Could be fish.
Could be fish.
Alright. So, I might need to double check this.
Okay.
But they also add that currently the limit is about 2 hours or so.
Oh.
They didn't specify whether that's by day or by week. I hope to gosh, not by month. But what are your opinions? Like, should they potentially extend this, diminish this, or cancel it entirely?
I heard something similar about that, a slightly different time. To be fair, it was also on YouTube, so you can't trust what you hear, people. You can't trust.
You need to cross-reference everything.
Yeah, you need to definitely check sources and citations and just basically just general fact checking is probably a good idea. Do you have a pyro character?
Yeah, in a minute. Yeah, I should.
All right. Anyways,
it's gonna be a little difficult because it's raining.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It's raining. I can't.
Oh, you can't do anything at all? Okay, never mind then. It's fine. It's okay. But the the person that I saw said that there was like 3 hours per week to play video games, and I believe that wasn't just video games. It was like all forms of entertainment that was considered online. And in my particular opinion, I find that to be kind of ridiculous, especially considering the fact that like China's kind of a big place, and there's I don't know, a bajillion people. And what if you don't want to? What if you don't want to talk to people? What if you don't want to socialize? What, you're forced to socialize? Like what kind of monster would do that? It's like, how dare you be forced to interact with other people? It's like, come on now, just relax. But yeah, my
okay,
opinion.
so that.
I was saying, my opinion is that they should absolutely get rid of that whole notion. You shouldn't limit people's ability to enjoy free time. I think that if people work hard, they should be able to play hard, and I think that means in all ways. So yeah, I would just abolish the whole thing. That's my opinion. I think that it doesn't do anything good for society. I think it limits things. I mean, imagine if you only had 3 hours a day to access all the things on the internet. How much things would you get done in a week?
Not much, because I kind of need the internet to do my job.
Yeah, I know, exactly. So like your ability to be productive is going to diminish, which means your knowledge is going to diminish, which means that like basically if you aren't reading a textbook, like a physical, actual book, then you're going to be at a deficit. And I would argue you're going to be at a deficit regardless. It's just going to be a less severe one if you have access to lots of paper media. So I don't know. It brings up so many problems for me. If I'm going to be really honest about it, I just think it's a terrible idea.
Waypoint upstairs.
Yeah, I see it. That's what I was heading over this way for.
Ah.
Okay, it's all right. So I'm totally doing this with the wrong character. I should have done this with Kazuo, so I can just do like the whole boost jump thing.
We have an actual answer for the Baldis Basics, because the whole dyscalculia was a different term entirely.
Okay, what's up?
So, let me just note this down real quick. Baldis Basics in Education and Learning 2018 is a horror game. The player collects books by finding and doing math. On a wrong answer, the chase starts.
Oh man, that's terrifying. I mean, if you guys want to see me get tortured, we can do that.
Oh my gosh.
Like I will be so bad it will be hilarious, and then make everyone sad and feel bad, and then be like, you need to go get some maths.
We need to do some math.
You need to do some maths.
Hard mode, I cannot help.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. It's okay though. Wow. Man, it's been a long time since I've actually struggled against something that was level 7. Jesus. Yeah, just so you guys know, this is the second account. And yes, I am so fucking sacky that with next to no pulls at all, I have 2 5 stars. I am ridiculous.
You got good luck. You got good luck.
Although I did fail child on my main account, like I did 37 pulls or something like that and failed. So I mean, it happened, guys. I am a human after all.
Goodness gracious.
Or maybe it's just child doesn't want me.
Maybe
Maybe it's just Inazuma characters are all like, "Hey, buddy, what's going on? High five. Let's go play."
All right. Getting away from that idea for a little tiny tad bit.
Okay.
We've got the next question. Oh gosh, this one's about banks.
Banks are fun. I love banks.
Well, actually, not quite. No, wait, no, that's another one. Camera's in one.
Okay.
Okay, I can see why I got confused. I read the word federal, immediately thought government.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's what I thought.
Fun stuff.
All right. So, the Federal Communications Commission is in charge of controlling communications so that it is ethical and competitive.
Okay.
But they haven't done anything in a long time to stop these monopolies on social media sites and other companies. Why haven't they been stopping these monopolies from happening?
Well, I think that they get paid, don't they? I mean, like, if you're talking about the individuals that basically are in charge of legislation, to break up monopolies. So we're talking about people who are congressmen, people who are senators, etc., right?
Mm-hmm.
Like public officials. And don't all of them get some sort of kickback from various people to help support their campaigns? I mean, I know that's probably kind of a conspiracy, but I also think it's kind of reasonable to suggest that perhaps the reason why they don't actually do anything is because why would you, I guess it's why would you take a gift, and then be like, well, we're just gonna totally fuck you over now, it's like, I'd love to see it, but I just don't think that's actually what happens in the real world. And so I think that's probably the reason why no one's done anything. I mean, and to be fair too, I mean, MySpace did go away.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you, Facebook, sort of, I guess.
I guess.
Here's the thing. I actually kind of think that the ideas of those particular monopolies is only problematic to individuals who don't have access to a wider array of various media, because I personally don't use Facebook, and I do it for the reasons that I think are, I think they're stupid personally, but I do stupid things all the time. I mean, anyways, yeah, I'd actually.
I mean, it's not that they haven't been doing nothing. It's just they keep saying yes to stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the more accurate response. It's they're allowing the intentional spread of misinformation to destabilize governments that are honestly able to be, I would say, influenced by American politics. I mean, I think it's pretty fair to say. And so the U.S. stands to gain from some of the things that inadvertently happen due to the conduct of individuals on, that they're on Facebook. And so, I mean, I think that's probably why you haven't seen any changes. I mean, I think it's a combination of those two things. I think it's a combination of they have a lot of people who support a lot of politicians, and then they also have the fact that they actually they're aiding elements of the government that supposedly keep us safe. I say it in air quotes, supposedly. Supposedly. So I think those are the two things. That's my answer. What about you? Do you think there's anything more to add to that, or do you disagree with me about anything?
The thing is, I can't disagree with anything because I don't really know the intricacies of the FCC, but it sounds like what corporate people would try and do. Anybody who wants to make a profit, that's what that it sounds like what they would try to do. And unfortunately, a lot of people can be swayed by that.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but enough.
Makes sense.
Which is unfortunate.
Host, since you're here, what do you think about that particular question? And know this, if the people who are watching this recording, if you are here during the live streams, I will occasionally ask you guys what you guys think about questions. So
Yeah,
maybe,
feel free to put in any of your comments in the chat, and we are happy to read them.
yeah, and so maybe participate in the future.
Yeah, like in the personality minigame. That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. So
That was like, what? A Saturday ago?
yeah, it was like Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday ago. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a
like a
Saturday.
straight up Saturday ago. Haha, they never
Nope,
saw it
I got
coming.
murdered.
Okay. I got monies. I got money.
Yeah, monies.
I got monies.
Alright. While we're waiting on a potential comment from there.
Okay.
Alright. Oh, here's something that is a result of something in 2008.
Okay.
In 2008. Oh, wait, hold on. Host says they're not informed about anything about the FFC.
Okay. Yeah,
SDC.
I totally
Nice.
understand. I want to
Yeah.
come steal your food, little foxes. Sorry. Not sorry.
Wickings.
It's okay. Like, honestly, like, there's a reason why we have the news and why I feel like the modern media has failed us in so many ways. That the news, one of their primary jobs,
Yeah.
is supposed to inform. I'm coming. Oh my gosh, coming. They're supposed to inform us of exactly what is going on when it comes to political things, and so when we get asked questions like that one, we should have a response, and yet we don't. And that is a failing on a large scale. I blame
Weird.
on like at least the primary networks and their inability to be able to give us a straightforward question or answer a straightforward thing. Did you just murder a whole bunch of fish?
That was you.
No, I didn't. I didn't do
Yeah.
that. I'm not a monster. I would never have done that. That's
Are you
horrible.
calling poor Razor a monster? How dare you?
Oh my god. You don't even know. I will.
How dare
I will
you.
murder a fool. Yeah. By the way, I just want to say this now. Chi-Chi is better Barbara. Just 1,000%. That is what that is. Better Barbara. It's a Barbara that doesn't get frozen when you use the healing.
All right. So, next bit. In 2008, during the housing market crisis, the president allowed banks to merge or be bought out by each other. What is your opinion about how many of these banks are actually under the umbrella of one large bank?
I mean,
I think when we were discussing this question when it first came in, there was like something around 100 banks before.
like truthfully speaking, there was at least 100 major banks, but like the big ones they're talking about are like what was it? I'm blanking right now on what the name of those two banks were that were big, that were basically like done in like a day. They came in one day and the next day they cleaned out their offices. It was pretty rough.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I can't remember off the top of my head what the name of those particular banks were. But what I do think, to answer the question overall, is yes, I do think there probably is one entity that does control all the banks now. And I think that's pretty self-evident by some of the recent things that we saw when it came to how essentially the government was just like, we're going to print money. And then the taxpayers are going to pay it back essentially via stimuluses. The stimuluses, like, they're basically not like, some people think it's free money. What they don't realize is that we're all going to have to pay for that eventually. Like, at some point, it's going to pay it back. So it's like a big ass fucking loan. So,
We don't know how, we don't know when, but we're going to end up paying for it.
I mean, I think I know how. Actually, why did I walk back all the way here? I mean, see,
I don't know. Why did you?
I don't
Why
know.
did you, buddy?
I don't know. I'm just stupid sometimes. Yeah.
Same height. No.
I'm just gonna. I'm teleporting away. I'm going poof away. Yeah. Okay. Back to this. Ooh, look at the spinniness. All right.
But yeah, the banks.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I think they definitely are controlled, and I think it has to do with the way in which they've handled everything in the last couple of months. Is evident. Also, the fact is that while we have a huge amount of debt, we also seemingly are having a greater amount of profit earned. GPAs keeps on, or not GPA, the amount of money that the country earns is essentially increasing, but yet we're not producing nearly as much anymore. And so, to me, it seems like the banks are artificially creating value where there isn't any. And in order to do that effectively, to the point where people aren't waving their hands and going, "Oh, what the hell's going on?" You'd have to have one entity kind of controlling all the main figures. So it kind of seems that way, at least. Wow, that was, I mean, one and done right there.
I like my wolf boy. Okay.
Yeah, and your wolf boy gets the job done. Okay, gets the job done. Yeah. I mean, what about you? Do you think that there's a lot of manipulation going on the part of the banks, or is it just?
Could be, because again, a lot of goals. Well, one of the goals for a lot of companies is making a profit.
I would imagine that's the chief goal. I feel like you fail if you don't make profit.
Yeah. So it's like whatever ways that can kind of happen, just kind of. Granted, I'm not that informed about banks. I have one, but that's about it.
I have a bank. I have a bank account. I missed a chest. I missed a chest. Okay. Where did I miss the chest at?
Behind you. You just sprinted right past me. Behind you.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you. I see that now. I totally walked right past that. I'm just like oblivious.
Oh, here's an interesting thing that I learned recently in the economics thing.
Oh yeah. What's up?
So, there was actually an economics Nobel Prize that determined that increasing the minimum wage does not decrease unemployment.
Duh. Like, what brain surgeon came up with that particular assessment?
Yeah, but it's just like apparently quite a number of people have believed that the opposite was true for a long time. So, what are your opinions as to why might this be? Like, what's the psychology behind those thoughts? You know?
Wishful thinking, delusional. I mean,
hopeful.
We'll go with that.
We'll go with it.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I mean, that's
a little hopeful. Like they're hoping for the best, but that's actually true.
Yeah, I want to believe that they mean well, and not are total manipulative assholes. Yeah, it's infinitely more likely. Oh, holy shit! What the fuck? Where'd you come from? Jesus! I was just in the middle of collecting stuff, and it's all of a sudden whack in the face.
Away! He was from away. Oh, I can take care of that. Bunk.
Okay. Thank you. Yoink.
Play more.
Oh my god, yeah, no, that's such a stupid thing. I mean, like, just think of it like this, right? Mm-hmm. If you increase the amount of money that a person is paid, right?
Yeah.
Then it means that the business that is paying that employee now has increased cost. Increased cost means that they have to charge, more money for the services that they provide. Well, eventually, if the salary of the person exceeds the amount that they can afford to hire new people or continue hiring people, then guess what? You have less people who are going to be able to participate in that particular exchange. And so, i.e., you're not going to have, people to, do the job, as it were. So, I mean, that was rather quick. Okay.
I only tried to hit them once to see what would happen. Apparently, a lot.
Yeah, you sneeze on them the wrong way and they're dead. I mean, it's okay.
But yeah, that's completely understandable on the part of the business because it's still a business. If anything, it might, like you mentioned, because their cost goes up, it might just increase unemployment. Yeah, rather than the opposite.
That's the exact thing that I kind of think. Like, I think that when people are trying to increase the wage, I think they're doing it for the right reasons, and I actually genuinely support people getting paid more money for the jobs they do. Not because I think it's going to help with unemployment or anything like that, but because I think that it's important to have some standard of living. Because I think that just making it from paycheck to paycheck and then having to worry about where your next month's money's going to come from to pay your bills is really a really stressful way to live your life, and it's going to ultimately shorten it. I mean, like, not only are you going to be busting your ass working a job, but you're also going to be panicking and worrying and being extremely I would say, an unsatisfied kind of position in life, and that's no way to live.
That chucker got saved because of the vines.
Wow, yeah, and I just walk up, and I do 0% work, and you do all the things. That's fine. In the name of Batman.
Post say it's at least, I think this one's for the bank comment, at least 1/4 of them are ours. And then the next one, ARSE.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Haha, I totally did something there.
You did something, actually, yeah.
I scratched him. That's what mattered. I scratched him. But
And then,
yeah.
and then the next comment from host is let the money flow.
No.
You might not want to touch that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Unk.
Huh. Haha! I have my own creative solution for how to survive doing that. That's right. That's right, guys. Just I'll bring them together and you just whack them at the same time.
It's like a big piñata.
Yeah. Except for there's brains and guts everywhere. Yeah. So yeah, let's go to the next one.
All right. Ooh, this one I'm actually interested in too.
Ooh. Well, that's good. You should be interested. That should be the goal.
This one is, are there any video games that are used as part of therapy?
Oh,
If
hell
they do, if they do, which ones do they use? She's adorable.
Okay, so first of all video games, no matter what the genre, theoretically fit the bill for that.
Oh yeah, why?
Yeah. Well, because one of the main things that a lot of psychologists and like therapists in general recommend for people who are experiencing any sort of like, I would say, high level of stress, is to find something that can be kind of relaxing and allow you to kind of have a healthy outlet to maybe some of the aggression or stress that's pent up that you might have. And
There's a lot of fire on here.
and video games often allow for a, I would say, minimal to zero impact negatively on a person's ability to kind of have like a daily life, but yet they have no consequences. So if they do something negative or harmful, that helps them get out some of that pent up aggression.
On a chest.
Nice. I saw the chest kind of appear as I was walking by. Then it allows the individual to be able to, in a healthy and not harmful way, release some of that pent up emotion. There are several games that I can think of that are helpful that aren't just letting out aggression, but just soothing and relaxing. There's a game called Subnautica, which is a what? Well, depending on how you play Subnautica, it can be not stressful.
I was about to say.
I mean, like, yeah, you're not wrong. You can be super panicky and stuff like that.
Chest.
Yes, I see that.
I know I panicked during that game.
Yeah, you can panic on that game. There's another game. I forgot the name of it exactly, but like you basically are just a diver who's diving around like this like cave system, and you're kind of solving slight puzzles while being aided by dolphins. It's really kind of like super relaxing. And
I think I know the game you're talking about. I just can't remember the actual name of it.
yeah.
Because I've seen a Let's Play through it before. It's
Yeah.
like colorful. Is it colorful fish or?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that sounds right.
It has colorful fish.
Yeah. Like you literally like one of the missions is you basically open up a gate that helps you get a killer whale through it. Next live stream, I'll totally have the name for the game. Like it'll be there.
I think I've watched a playthrough before of it.
Yes, perhaps. I might have even showed it to you once, like in person. Anyways. But yeah, there's just a whole bunch of applications for those particular types of things. Not to mention, I mean, some video games are recommended by psychologists to actually simulate certain things. So a simulation that a lot of people are familiar with is like driving or like flight simulators, and those are used like all the time. Is that the recommendation for like kind of like a learning aid?
We don't. Let's see. I don't think it's Azure like host states. I just looked up the.
Oh,
what Azure looks
we're
like.
we're trying to find the game.
Yeah, just on the side.
Okay. Well, hey.
But they.
You guys find it great. I mean.
Yeah. The host also has a funny comment here. Doom is a wholesome Christian game.
Oh yeah, it totally is. It's filled with satanic imagery, and it's very much in line with the end of the world. As Revelations would expand upon. So yeah, I mean it's a very wholesome, good game. Also, Dante's Inferno, a great look into some of the literature.
Absolutely wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, although I will say this though, I want a dog named Dante or a son named Dante.
I think a dog would be adorable.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, wrong tab here. Oh, no.
What?
Hold on.
What's wrong?
Had to sneeze, that's what's wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, bless you. Off camera, I guess.
Thank you. Alright. Oh no, I don't like this one.
Oh, here we go.
What's the difference between horror and terror?
What is the difference between horror and terror?
I found a chest.
Okay, cool. I'll head to you in a second. I'm gonna say that the difference between horror is horror is kind of like
On the ground.
it's kind of like a feeling that you get given a certain circumstance.
Mm.
And I think terror is something that's kind of like primordial almost. It's something that's deep and core at part of you. It's like the deepest, darkest levels of fear and the emotions of dread that intersect.
Mm.
That's what I would imagine. Like that's what terror is, and I think the difference between the two is just the fact that one stems from something that's like a primordial response, like kind of like if someone were to hit you in the knee, how your leg is going to kind of bend back that way because it's sympathetic, response, your reflex, and so because of sympathetic nervous system. I think that it's something along those lines. It's like a biological thing that's programmed into you, and I think that horror is not. Horror is something that is like felt like disgust. In another way, it's not like ingrained.
Hey, look, we have the owner of the place.
Oh, you bust out the Luke. Look at this.
We have the owner of the winery.
Observe the what I call ultra whale light.
Huh?
No, it's nothing. It's a joke. I'm in no way being serious. She's not spending money on this game that much.
I don't think at all. Yeah.
No, that was the battle pass, right?
No, not even that.
Not even the battle pass. Okay, so
No.
yeah, so like I'm being absolutely ridiculous.
No, you're good. You're being fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. Because it's like, I remember actually seeing a post about horror and terror that I kind of agreed with at the time.
Oh yeah, what was it?
It was kind of, terror is the thing that happens beforehand, like the anticipatory of it.
Mm-hmm.
Horror can include terror, but it's like kind of after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of, somebody explained it as, they also included fear. This was a Tumblr post somewhere. It was something around the lines of, fear is knowing that a wolf is coming after you. Terror is knowing that one is currently chasing you. Horror is realizing your feet are stuck to the ground.
God damn it, fucking boars.
Did it tackle you?
Yeah,
again?
it hit me. It was like hit me and ran, and you killed it, and just.
Hold
God.
on, I need to check something really quick. I want to check one of the new characters.
Okay.
Let's check. Is it true that? Oh. I guess I shouldn't check it right now. I mean, you got it, but still. But yeah, that's how they describe the difference between horror, terror, and fear.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I feel like fear is the basic explanation of a feeling. I think horror is kind of like the deepest level of dread, and I think that terror is the most primitive response that a person has to the highest level of fear stimuli.
Still charges.
Yeah, it doesn't work. No, it went away.
Still charges.
Equal failure.
I think it's the birds that don't run away from Aloy.
Okay, cool. Well, it's good to know. Now you can sneak up on the birds at your leisure.
Yep.
All right. Anyways, yeah. So.
Last bit of that, since we already gave our opinion of the two.
Okay.
What is worse to experience in real life?
Uh-oh. Between
What's the uh-oh?
Between the two?
Yeah, between the two, horror and terror.
I think terror is worse because I feel like terror sticks with you longer. Like, I think that horror is it's like it's gonna suck, but like at least it's gonna eventually go away. Sometimes terror never goes away. It's like just stays with you, like a dirty fart trapped in like an elevator.
Especially since kind of it's same with the explanation that I found. If we stick with that one, I don't know if you want to stick with that one.
We could. I don't mind.
If we're sticking with the terror that I found, where it's more anticipatory and stuff like that, that kind of sounds more like it's based off of your imagination. And some people's imaginations are absolutely insane. Like, absolutely insane.
Yeah, I mean, like, I look at the Imagineers and I think, man, what are their nightmares like?
No thanks, no thanks. And then, like, you know, people that create the scary games and stuff like that, that has to come from somewhere.
I don't want to know where it comes from.
I don't want to know. I really don't.
Ow,
I
ow,
don't.
ow.
Oh, the vines.
Ow.
There's that one slime was just kind of hovering over. Oh, of course, it's this chucking flower. Can you just not? I missed.
How can
I did not miss that time.
I am a creative Winter Wonderland, and I mean, hey, I'll take 2 books. I probably was a waste of resin, but whatever. Anyways, it's fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah, for me, I don't think I'd appreciate terror either, because it's like, I can think of quite a number of things that could potentially go wrong, and I don't want any of them to be true.
Yeah, I honestly,
oh, bye, squirrel.
Like, there's just, I stand by it. I feel like terror sticks with you way, way, way longer. Like, it really does. I mean, there are things I'm still terrified. Like, I'm still petrified of. I don't know if I want to say what I'm scared of, because this is YouTube. I'm not a coward, I swear. I'm totally a coward.
I mean, are you a courageous coward?
Yes, I am.
A.
The spirit of Gryffindor. Okay, yeah, so basically the things I'm scared of the most, and this is gonna sound bizarre, but like, I hate the sound of, and this is gonna sound weird, but it's totally truthful. I am terrified of making, like, rubbing plastic sounds. Like, ever had like those like sheets that were like basically made out of plastic? They're on like beds in hospitals sometimes. I am afraid, so terrifyingly afraid of just like rubbing that and like just getting out of the bed and like, you know, like your feet kind of like scooch up, making that horrible sound of the feet just rubbing on that.
That's not a good sound.
No, it's not. Come on, I want to go through here. Let me go through.
Go down first.
Let me go through.
Go down first.
It's being mean. It's being mean.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I messed up.
Seriously? Okay.
Did you go?
No. Anyways, okay. So yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Is it bears?
Is it bears? No, it's not bears. I like bears. Bears are great. No one hate on bears. I love bears. Bears are great. I'm a freaking bear pretty much, for the most part.
All right.
Like 90% of the
one?
time. Sure, yeah, next one.
All right. It is the zombie apocalypse, and a swarm has entered your city. You have time before the horde reaches you. What's your bug out plan?
Okay, I remember. Okay, how do I put this? Bug out plan. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna ask this. What city am I in?
Your current one?
I'm in the current one? Oh, I'm fine then. Okay, I'm fine. Okay, so first things first. All right, my bug out plan is simple. All right, I would go through the back area of where I live and make my way stealthily to a Walmart that is not too far away. I would then break into the Walmart's rear action via some skills that I'm not proud of having. Then I would proceed to loot the weapon area, the really shitty gun section that Walmart has. Then make my way back to my dwelling, and then fill up my precious Laura and make her the ultimate battle assault Mustang. And then drive as fast as I possibly could to the coast, hijack a yacht, basically go to the yacht, to the middle of the ocean, wait it out. Go to the shore when possible, pick up supplies.
Okay. Interesting game plan. What about if you were, like, more landlocked? Would it still be the same?
No. It depends. That's the reason why I asked where the city was, because it depends entirely on like location. Landlocked has options that you wouldn't expect, and there's also options that you would think are okay that are not, at least in my opinion. So I think it kind of depends on, you know, like where you talk about. You want to give me an example, and then I can kind of run you through a scenario?
Let's just say middle of the country, like smack dab middle of the country.
Smack dab middle of the country, so we're talking about like a place in Kansas or something like that?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, so middle of the country, you got flat land, so you got clear line of sight.
Okay.
Yeah, I think in that situation, I think the safest possible option is probably to head north. I would like immediately north. I would basically attempt to acquire vehicles along my way that were well defensible, so not necessarily reliable, as nothing in that situation probably would be, but something that had an easy in and easy out situation, but also had enough of a protection that you wouldn't immediately be like screwed upon being like, you know, jumped by zombies. So I would try to basically get to as north as you could, because you'd have to figure physics and anatomy have to play a role, right? A frozen zombie is going to be a slower zombie, you know what I mean? And it's not like all these zombies are wearing winter protection necessarily, you know what I'm saying?
I hope not.
Yeah, so, I mean, even if they were, right? I mean, there are limits, you know? You spend enough days outside in the cold, you could be wearing the best stuff in the world, you're still going to freeze. And the moment you freeze, you're going to start limiting your mobility, and you might just find a bunch of zombie pops, depending on the time of year, as you go north.
Poppers.
I mean, I think the best plan is probably just to get north. Get north, get to a place where there's very few people, and probably try to, like, you know, hunt game. I would definitely pick up equipment to be able to make a dwelling, and then I just hunker down in the middle of nowhere. That would be what I would recommend.
Okay.
Where the heck is this chest at you're at?
I'm down here.
Okay.
You missed it. I'm next to it.
It's covered under ivy. How the hell was I supposed to find this? You know I have no sense of direction. I'll spiral around you in big circles. Like, I have no idea where we're going. Where are we going?
There's another chest over here.
I see it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Deluxe Manor is filled with goodies. Secretly,
Alright.
Flame Batman.
Oh god, I don't want to answer that. Well, actually, I don't watch that many horror movies, so I have no idea.
Okay, so what's the question?
What's the worst horror movie to live in?
Horror movie to live in?
Yeah.
I mean, does Independence Day count as a horror movie?
I don't know, does it?
Like, actually, no, I take that back. There's actually something worse than that, although it doesn't seem like it. The Carrie series.
Oh.
The fact that someone could exist in a world that no superpowers of any kind exist except for this mother and daughter would be utterly terrifying. Because what are you gonna do to stop her? I mean, like, really though.
Kinda can't.
Yeah, and she can just pretend like she didn't do shit. So like, it's not like the cops are gonna believe you that she has, you know, telepathic powers and burned down everything. It's like, actually, you know, because like at the end of the day, like Freddy, you know, you could outsmart Freddy. You know, you could outrun Jason. You know, the Alien movie, Alien and Predator, or hell, Alien and Predator movies together. You know, I mean, like, I would say, yeah, no, I'm 1,000%. I think Carrie is probably the worst. Probably followed by the Alien versus Predator franchise. Probably followed by the Scream franchise. And that'd be about it when it comes to actual. I mean, because like Chucky's hilarious. Like I don't know why anyone was afraid of Chucky, frankly speaking. I mean, like you get a big giant, you know, crate, you know, really heavy crate. You throw Chucky in the crate. you cover it in concrete, and then you just go ahead and bury it in the middle of the desert. Into Chucky. There ain't no coming back from that, and that's you're kind of screwed.
Bye, Chucky.
Yeah, so it's not like you're gonna actually have problems with that. So I mean, at least that's me. So I mean, like that's my 3 worst ones, the worst universes to live in that are strictly horror movies. Now, if we're saying like horror in general, I definitely think Independence Day is probably up there on one of the worst things because, especially after the second one, Earth is fucked. Or like the world was the big giant climate change movie? I can't remember the name of it. Anyway.
Sure.
Yeah. 2012. I don't want to live in Africa.
Oh gosh, this one's about the Carrie movie, I believe. Yeah, extreme gaslighting.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's right. Burst. Please shoot them.
Sure.
Yay.
Why can't I? Oh, somebody's angry at us.
Oh, is there someone angry?
Somebody's angry at us. I don't
Oh,
know.
I'll take care of these guys. It's fine. I can do this. Maybe. Let me see. Overkill.
Alright. Yeah, now I can do this.
Yeah, the main character of my universe of Genshin. Kazuha. Anyways. Yeah, so what's the next question?
Yeah. Should the internet be free to the world? I cannot aim when I'm not paying attention.
No.
That was quick.
Yeah, no. Internet is an extremely powerful, dangerous invention that shouldn't. I mean, I found me 1,000%. Like, as much as I enjoy the internet, I also recognize the inherent danger that the internet, by its existence,
Mr. Chest.
creates continuously. Where's the chest then?
Behind us on the crates.
Okay, invisible chest. How dare you? Anyways, but yeah, I think no. Honestly, I think that. And here's the thing, I don't even think it should cost money necessarily. When I say cost, when I disagree with the fact that it should be free, I don't look at it from a monetary thing. I think it should come from a person who's an adult. All right, I'll give an example. Donald Trump is old enough to be an adult, but he is not an adult. As an example, all right.
That's funny.
And so, like if you can get banned from something, it means you are not old enough yet to. You are not. How do I put this? Yeah, no, I'm gonna say old enough. You're not old enough to participate. So, I think that that's if that's an actual valid concern, then yeah.
Sounds like one way to go about it.
Yeah, that's how I go about it. I would go about it based upon maturity.
Okay. If you can't be mature enough to be civil and stuff.
Yeah, if you can't be just mature enough to be civil, then how can we trust you with essentially the entire sum of all of human knowledge? You're totally not mature. You're not gonna misuse this. That could never happen.
Oh, absolutely not.
Could never happen. Not even a little bit.
Alright. Let's see. At the moment, it is about to hit 10. Do we just want to continue?
Yeah, let's continue. How many more we got?
We got 4 more questions.
All right, let's do a lightning round version of the 4 questions.
2 of the questions are going to be very bad for that.
Okay, well then let's do the first 2 that are lightning round, and then hit me with the last. Well, actually no, just hit me with the 2 hard ones now, and then we'll do lightning round the last 2.
Okay. What is the percentage of people that are anti-LGBTQIA? What is the percentage of people that are that way?
LGBTQ, we'll just say for simplicity. I'm sorry, it's not that I disrespect you guys, but I mean, that's a fucking mouthful. Let's be real here. If the Prime Minister of fucking Canada can't get it right, don't expect me to. or
it's just
Rose.
What is the percentage of people that are anti-LGBTQ? Why are they that way? What is the percentage that are that way due to not being able to understand that they themselves are LGBTQ?
Oh God. I don't know. That's that's so subjective. I don't know. I mean, I would have to. I mean, I guess that's a joke. First of all, whoever wrote that, ha ha ha, very funny. But I don't know. I mean, there's that saying that that people who are fearful of homosexuality that they might be harboring like some homosexual feelings. I remember when I was in high school, I remember hearing that, and I was like, that seems ridiculous. And then I still think about like that idea like now, like upon this particular question, and I'm thinking it still sounds ridiculous, but I mean, we live in a crazy world. Maybe that's a real thing. I don't know. I want to hope that people are not that insensitive. Like,
I would hope.
I will definitely say this much. It probably, or not probably, it definitely exists somewhere. But I don't think it's the majority. It's probably a very small number. And God, I hope it's a small number. Please don't disappoint me, people. Like, be aware. Oh my God.
This question didn't even, it broke you, but not in the way that I was expecting.
Okay.
It was like breaking in like disappointment type of an area.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. God, I just want like people to be like understanding of everybody, you know? I mean, like, and here's the thing, and if you don't understand something, at least don't be a bigot. I mean, shit, man. I mean, like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to not be an asshole. Like, I'm an asshole 99% of the time, but even I still respect other people and their beliefs and things. It's like, come on. It's not like a super challenging big ask here to just not be an asshole. I mean at least it shouldn't be.
Alright, next one. Oh no. Politic.
What?
Politics. Why are people on the right side of the political system so unable to understand that the people funding their party are also the people that vote against their political party? Oh God.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna say this now. This is gonna be an unpopular thing. All right, I just want that to be understood. All right, and this is gonna reveal my political like opinion of things, and I just want you to understand that like you can judge me for my opinion, and you can hate me or like me. I don't give a shit. The truth is that I'm the person that's kind of in between when it comes to various political issues. I am definitely one of those people that's kind of like, when it comes to presidential elections and like other forms of office, it's the best person who does the job the best is the person who gets my vote. It is not. It's never going to be driven politically from like one group or another. I actually I hate the political party system. The founding fathers thought it would be a terrible idea for the country, and I have to feel like the people who created the country probably know something about it. So I'm not really a huge fan of them, of that the whole notion. So I think that's very important to say, to be clear about this. I also think that like both parties do things that are completely against what the majority of the people who support the party want. And I think that most people aren't really aware of that, or they choose to ignore it because the overall idea of what their party supports is in alignment with what they believe. So I think that's the real reason why that is the case. So
I was just mentioned within a couple seconds ago. People are often disappointing.
Yeah, they are. They really, truly are. Like, saddeningly, maddeningly depressing.
Geoculus, just careful of the hole.
What hole? I was going for a completely different Geoculus, and now it's like, alright. Ooh, there's a hole down there.
Yep.
I mean, clearly, there's something must be shiny down this big hole.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of shinies.
I mean, you just plummet all the way down. You're like, screw this. I'm just gonna chop these guys up in little tiny bits. Screw the rules. I have a sword.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm done with that particular question. Let's go on to the next one.
Yeah, sure. Play Minecraft? Question mark?
If people want me to, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played it off and on very casually, intermittently over a span of probably since it came out. Like, I'll like a couple friends will play it. I'll like check it out. I'll look into it. Sometimes they'll hand me, a controller, or I'll play on a keyboard or something like that, and I'll kind of dick around a little bit.
If we're gonna play Minecraft, we might want to wait until the next update's out.
Yeah, I mean, there's dragons though. There's dragons.
Not yet.
Wait, there's not dragons yet? I thought there were dragons.
Mm-mm. Well, there's
Oh.
one dragon.
Okay, all right. Well, okay, fine. The next update then I will play if people want me to. That sounds like people want me to.
I know, I want to play next update.
Okay, so the person then.
So we'd have to figure out how to like do multiplayer without
Okay.
like having to get a server.
I mean, or we just get a server.
I mean, that's also fair.
I mean, that can't be that difficult. Anyways, okay. So what's
Last one.
the last question?
Halloween costumes.
Oh dear lord. Halloween.
I left my usual one at home.
Yeah. Okay. What is your usual one?
I dress up as Yui from Sword Art Online, the fairy version in particular.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I think this year I'm gonna go as Indiana Jones. I
Ooh.
think that's the plan.
You got the hat now.
I got the hat, and I have like a very large portion of the costume, like that's just like my normal attire if I put it together. all I'm missing is the bullwhip, really.
Ah.
And,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, and maybe like a satchel or something like that. I can,
Okay.
but yeah, maybe yeah. I don't know. I hope this was entertaining, for you guys. This was certainly entertaining for me. Yeah, we're gonna, be doing a lot of interesting stuff. The next episode is on Wednesday. It'll be discussing dark female psychology, so that'll be kind of one to check out. And then,
Mr. X.
and then next Saturday we're going to be taking a look at online dating again. But this time we're going to be having a true discussion about all the things rather than me just basically going on a rant about how it sucks. So stay tuned. Look forward to that. And if you guys have any questions in the interim or have anything that you guys would like to particularly see from those particular topics, you have Wednesday and you have 3 days before Wednesday. Okay, so you have tomorrow to respond to the Wednesday episode, and you have until Wednesday to respond to the Saturday episode. So, if you catch it, if you can, great. If you can't or don't care, then that's cool too. All right, everybody. I think we're gonna wrap this guy up then, yeah?
Oh.
No? Maybe?
Yeah. All right.
Yep. All right then. Well, I guess we'll see you guys all in the next one. Later, everybody.